Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about branding and templates between your front-end product and then your upsell. Now you're looking at what could be considered to be a front-end template that we'd be using for a sales page. And what's going to be important is that when you structure this front-end product as well as your upsell, that you keep continuity visually in both the header and the footer. So in Optimized Press, this really is a matter of going into the navigational area and adding in a header. Now, you'll notice that you're going to have a logo, but we're going to actually get rid of the logo and we're going to keep continuity between the products. So what we've done is we've implemented a header. We've also entered, and we're also going to stretch that header across the page. Now, what's going to be important about this is that we want to do this on all of our pages. So we don't want to change our header for the upsell. We don't want to change our header for the second upsell. We want to make sure that visually, when the buyer moves from page to page and they start to see the different offers, we want to maintain continuity that this is all going to be part of the same offer. It keeps the continuity that we are talking about the same subject. And this is something that, once again, isn't difficult to do, but it's a discipline that you and I need to continue to focus on because, again, it keeps the buyer focused on the same subject that we have been talking about at the very beginning. In Optimized Press, we want to do the same thing with the footer area. We want to make sure that the footer area is going to be consistent throughout all of our pages. And you want to test whether or not having a footer versus not having a footer there may necessarily either cause conversions to drop or cause conversions to increase. But regardless of what you do, you want to be consistent and you want to lean toward having a header versus not having a header there. And these are going to be very easy to implement throughout the paging system that you're using. Just make sure that it is consistent throughout the page system. Let's say that you decide also to use a branding image. This again should be consistent throughout the funnel. Now, one of the things that you want to be aware of is that you will always have different shots inside of any bundle that you are going to be purchasing or selling. And so when you do that, if you're going to be selling something that reflects magazine style or reflects a notebook style, then you want to have that in there. But if you're not going to have that in there, then you don't want to have these elements as part of your branding. Once again, what you're trying to do is you're trying to communicate in the background, you're trying to communicate psychologically exactly what your customer is going to be getting. And so you want to emphasize the things they are going to be getting, but you don't want to throw anything into an image that's going to confuse them and be contrary to the words that are going to be on the page. So again, if you're going to have all these elements as part of your package, then again, make sure that that's going to be in the sales copy. But if it's not going to be, then don't have those elements in there. Redo the branding image so that what's going to be part of the package is actually going to match the sales copy and what people are going to actually be getting. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.